Of the 8 teams remaining, who has the best players, the most powerful players, if you will, left in the NBA Cup? That sounds like a job for Wendy's Tower of Power. I say it in a voice, Tower of Power.
Thank you very much. It's hard to come up with just 5. I struggled, to be honest with you. I'd like to have 8. But right now, let's start at number 5. A guy who I think is most improved player candidate. That'd be Franz Wagner from the Orlando Magic. Watch him going into that game in Milwaukee. That could be a really interesting game because they've been the best interior defensive team so far, and obviously the Bucks score great on the interior. But Franz has carried their offense, and he'll be needed in a big way. Just had 19 last night, which is one of the reasons why the Magic didn't have the offense to keep up with the Knicks. At number 4, Steph Curry. Now, I would like to rank him higher here, but the Warriors have been struggling a little bit. They've got some business to take care of before they play the Rockets next week. Now, here's the interesting thing. They get to play the Rockets tonight. Actually, it's tomorrow. And they get maybe a little preview of what they're going to deal with when they play them in the Cup quarterfinals next week at home. So you're going to need probably some big offensive performances against that great Rockets defense from Steph. Number 3, a guy who brought his team into the Cup quarterfinals last night, gilgeous-alexander, one of the premier scorers in the NBA. You know, I looked up his numbers, Malika. In his career as a member of the Thunder, he's averaging just a little bit less than Kevin Durant did during his 9 years with the Thunder. And Durant won 4 scoring titles as a member of the Thunder. Shea is elite at the scoring of the ball. We know they're great defensively. They're going to need him, and he's going to have, I would suspect, a big say in their future. Now, Luka Doncic is going to be here at number 2. Luka has had a little bit of an up-and-down start to the season, but he was awesome in the 2 games he's come back since the wrist injury. And you know if they're going to get anywhere in these single-elimination games, it's going to be because Luka takes them there. The Mavericks are playing some of the best basketball in the league. To me, I think they're sort of the quiet favorite to win the Cup, although they've got to go to Oklahoma City where they had success in the playoffs last year. So that's a rematch. And at number 1, I don't see how we can't put this guy there, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I agree.
He's been dominant. He's attacking the rim with reckless abandon. Obviously, last year, they got to Vegas into the semifinals. They had a disappointing showing there. It was part of a disappointing overall start to the season. He and Dame are playing strong together. They'd love to get back to Vegas and have a chance to get some big momentum moving into midseason with taking the Cup back to Milwaukee.
Perk, you heard Wendy's list. Any thoughts on which player is going to dominate here?
No, but this was one of the worst lists I ever seen Wendy have. How did you not have one Knicks player on there or one Rockets player on there? Fred VanVleet has been tearing the league up. Alfred Sengun has been. One of them is with Steph because he's not even healthy. So Alfred Sengun or at least Fred VanVleet should have been on this list. And the disrespect to Big Body Bronson and Karl Anthony Towns. Do you know what they're about to do on the east side of things, Wendy? I'm usually on board with you, but today you committed a crime in my book by leaving those 4 guys. One of those 4 guys should have made the list, at least.
Committed a
Talking
crime.
about Tower of Power.
Well, they did dominate Wagner last night. I will say this, Perk. I picked the Bucks and the Rockets to make to the finals. So
I will say,
how are my picks looking there?
According to the Condis Group, the official stats keepers of our talent here, the Bucks and Rockets, you chose wisely. Perk, Lakers and Cavs, better luck next time.
I'll see you tomorrow,
NFL Live is
Wendy.
coming up next.
I'm on fire. It's NBA,